everyone, it's Mandy, the Study Away Program Director here at Virginia Wesleyan University, and I'm back with our Global Scholars Application video series. In this video, I'm going to show you how to complete the VWU Global Scholars Application. Let's get started with me sharing my screen. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is to go to the Lighthouse website, and from there, click on the Study Away menu tab, and then click on Semester Study Abroad. And the application will be right there at the top. Click on Apply Now, and then on our link tree, it is the third option down. And once that opens, you'll see the application is a Google form, and it tells you that the application deadline is March 12th at midnight. So keep that in mind. One of the first things that you want to remember is that everything has to be completed at one time. So this means that you have to complete all your materials separately and then have them all ready to upload all at once in order to fully complete the application. All right, so one of the things that you want to do before anything else is this required recommendations. You want to click the link here to fill out the form for your faculty recommendations. You are required to have 2, but you can have 3. And what this does is it sends me your recommendation requests, and then I send them an email requesting your recommendation. And I highly recommend that you give them at least 2 weeks to complete the recommendation and be able to write you a good recommendation without them feeling rushed that they have to complete it. So this should be done early. The rest of this top part is the usual kind of demographic information and is pretty self-explanatory and pretty easy. Then we kind of get down to some of the more kind of complicated stuff. The first one is probably one of the most important, is where you're listing your rankings for your ISEP programs that we talked about in the first video, some emergency contact information, and then we really get down to the nitty-gritty details. The first thing that we're going to collect is your 4-year plan. This is where you lay out all the courses you've taken and all the courses you need to take when before you graduate. So what we're really looking for is if you can complete your academic program, even with going abroad. Now for this and your essay, which I'll talk about in a minute, we find it really difficult for students to kind of plan this out, having 5 or 6 program choices. For this and your essay, you're gonna write it towards your top first choice program, not 5 or 6 programs. So for the semester abroad, you're going to put in the courses that you would take when you're abroad. Now, by this, I don't mean list the international courses, because myself and the committee do not know what IMST 4242 means. So by this, we mean either the exact VWU equivalent, if there is one, or putting something like bioelective or language class, or something like this, just so we can see what you think you're going to take for that semester, so we can determine if you will be able to complete your degree on time, even with the foreign courses. And we give you a template there to fill everything out. Then you need to download and fill out and have all of your major and minor advisors sign an advisor form. Basically, this is just to show us that you have talked it over with your academic fields of study, the people that you're working with on that. And then an unofficial transcript, which you can download off of WebAdvisor. Your current class schedule, same thing, you can get that from WebAdvisor. A copy of your passport, the color page with your photo, and then your pathway essay, which I can't emphasize enough is the most important part. And again, you're going to be writing this towards your first choice program. And what we're basically asking you to do is to answer why you want to study abroad, why you want to go to that country, and what you're hoping to get out of this academically, personally, and professionally. We're also hoping to show that you've done a little research on your first choice program. So this is really important and can't be any longer than 3 pages. And I'm always happy to look at these essays before you turn them in. And the last part is just reading about the terms and conditions and clicking yes or no. And again, all of this has to be submitted at once. So you can do these essays and other things offline and have them ready to upload when you have everything completed. What happens after this is after the deadline, committee, which is made up of myself and several faculty members from around different schools on campus, will complete a 30-minute interview with each candidate. And that is not meant to deter students or to kind of look for things to kind of deny students. It's actually meant to be a positive thing. And we look for basically, again, kind of the same things in the pathway essay. We look to see that you've done your research on your country. We look for maturity and things like that. So it really isn't meant to deny students, and we've only done it in very rare cases. So again, if it's not meant to be a deterrent in any way. So it's 30 minutes for every student. We ask very similar questions. So yeah, this is the Global Scholars application. And then once you've passed the application and the interview, you will go on to the ISEP application. And the ISEP application will be the third and final video in our Global Scholars application video series. So stay tuned for that video coming up next. So I'll see you next time. Bye.